Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures, and it's time for yet another weekly painting progress. And that's it. that's about how I feel right now. Exhausted and crushed under the weight of more important things. So yeah, school is back in session, and being that I am in education means I officially have no free time at the moment. And well, I do have a little bit every now and then. Honestly, especially at the very beginning of the school year, it's, running around trying to put out as many little fires as we can as kids try to get reacclimated to being in the classroom, at least for the moment. And it's been fun. It's been tiring and trying at times, but still fun. I enjoy it. I wouldn't do it otherwise. But yeah, I didn't get a whole lot done, and what little I did is not the greatest paint jobs, I will admit it, but it's painted nonetheless, so, deal with it. So yeah, this is one of the stretch goals from the Terrain Bits box that Archon put out for the second Dungeons & Lasers campaign. I know I have a few odds and ends from the first campaign, but I wanted to specifically get a few of these painted. I've been trying to put together a video on all of the various terrain bits. Now, I may not have a fantabulous looking, dungeon layout, be it sci-fi or fantasy, but I've been trying to slowly but surely actually paint up a few of the little bits. I may not have the most detailed walls in my dungeons, but I'll at least have some flashy bits to display on the table. I didn't know what to do with this. This is from the sci-fi set, also part of the same Kickstarter originally. We've got a signpost. Simple. To me, this one feels a little bit oversized. Maybe it's just the lantern. I don't know. And then we also painted some mushrooms. How exciting, right? Not that much. But they're done. I know I did a couple last week as well, so hopefully, if I can sit myself down at the end of the day and not be super exhausted at some point this week, I can try to wrap up that video and show off some of that. I know I've been painting little bits here and there for quite some time now. I did actually manage to paint a Stargrave mercenary dude. His skin tone came out a bit more humanish than I had hoped, but it's okay. You can man the gun. There we go. Besides that guy, I finally went ahead and finished a random Asterian drone that had been sitting on the table for quite some time. Let's see, he's a good head or two taller than our Stargrave friend. Besides that, what else do we do? Oh, I was playing around with some contrast paints poorly and tried painting up one of the gladiators from Bestiarum. I think it was from August. She didn't come out that good. You can see there's a big splotch right there. I hate skin tones for contrast paints. They just kind of bug me. They come out uneven, so I gotta fix up her back there as well. I'm still surprised and impressed that this model has stayed together in one piece, despite the craziness of it in every direction it's possibly going. Every time I pick it up, I'm like, oh crap, did I break it again? Because I see this hand, and I always assume that there's supposed to be a comma or a sickle there, but then I realize it's floating around. On to the other side. So she's at least done. Also, since I didn't do the best job of building her, I went ahead and didn't do the best job of painting her either. But we finally got the first of the plastic pinup model boxes started for Kingdom Death. I think this is just the pinup inverted mountain survivor. There is a more dressed one with a much nicer scenic base. Dang, the base came out crappy. But whatever. I'm like, it's good enough. I'm not going to worry about it. Now, one that I did get done that I was pretty happy with. He's not another great paint job. And I intentionally left him glossy. He seemed like he needed to have a glossy coat with that big toothy grin. I don't even remember what this thing is called. Obviously, it's supposed to be some kind of a squig-type monster. It was from Rocket Pig's Tusklands Kickstarter. I think this is like the boss version of whatever they called their squig-like things. And it's solid. I probably could have hollowed it out, but I like the heft of this thing. And again, very simple paint job. Maybe I should just get like some brush on dull coat for like the top half and leave his underbelly all slimy. I don't know. Very simple paint job, but a fun model nonetheless. Now, not to be left out this week, Sparkle Trout, much like myself, didn't get a whole lot done, but we've both been painting. One of the guys at the local hobby shop summed it up pretty succinctly that we can 100% of the time get 50% of a project accomplished. And that was pretty fitting. So this is a Fireforge peasant rabble folk. Not the most excitingly detailed model, but every now and then you do need some peasants to go rise up, harass the lady folk. I don't know. About the same size as the Stargrave stuff. I guess if you wanted to have Stargrave guys with shovels and brooms for deckhands cleaning the ship, I guess if you want some crew members, you could go that route. Now, more interestingly than that, we had Sparkle Trout paint up yet another of his Steeler Colt. I don't even know what this guy's called. We were calling him the Propagandist. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Or the Mixmaster DJ. Obviously, he's got some kind of like a sound system going on there. You can see the microphone and all of the Agrax Earthshade on my fingers that doesn't want to ever clear off, even though I scrubbed the crap out of them. I'm assuming that must be some sort of Imperial text he's banging his staff on there. Putting down some sick beats, probably, for the Colt. So yeah, that's what he got done. That's what I got done. Hopefully next week we'll both have a little bit more to show. But then again, gotta have time for that. I mean, hey, I got an excuse. I had to go back to work. I better see that Dimacarian soon. The Dimaxatron or whatever it was called from Maker's Colt. Speaking of Maker's Colt and printing stuff, I will have the usual links down below, but at least as of the time of me uploading this video, there's still that huge sale going on My Mini Factory with like a ton, like over 120 plus STL vendors / artists / entrepreneurs, whatever you want to call them, having up their wares for sale. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, if you're in the market for a 3D printer or you're just hoarding files like some of us do in the advent that you do end up with a printer, you might want to take a look at it because everybody loves getting stuff cheap, right? So I'll put a link down there to that sale. If you haven't checked that out, do so. If you stumble across this video afterwards, I mean, you know, My Mini Factory is always going to have some kind of a sale going on sooner or later. Got to keep an eye on that. Hopefully we'll have some more stuff to show you guys next week, like I said, and hopefully you'll be back to join us if you haven't had a chance. Also, I feel it's my duty, and I'd be remiss in not mentioning that we do have that Patreon. If you do like the channel, we do appreciate your contributions, and it helps us continue to hunt down even more obscure obscurities. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamerlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.